is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We just got back from Nova. We did a Grey Knight run at 6-2 throughout the entire weekend. We played 8 games, 3 games on Friday, 3 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. We're going to be doing I believe an 8-part video of Nova. We're going to go over each and every match in it. This will just be a standard start of the video, so you guys don't have to hear me say the same thing 8 single times or have me try and repeat the same thing 8 single times. So if you guys are new to the channel, appreciate you click on the video. There's going to be a lot of different armies to cover, and also mainly focusing on the Grey Knights. This is pre-nerf, so by the time you guys see this video, the Thursday update with Games Workshop probably already came out and the points and everything changed. So this was all buff, hopefully, for Grey Knights, and we had a great time in Nova. Everybody who came up to me and got dice, I appreciate you guys. You guys are all fucking awesome dirtbags. So we also sold a ton of stuff at Nova too, so you guys who came up and just bought some stickers and dice and some Calidus Assassins, I do also appreciate you guys. You just seeing people say, hey, your channel's awesome, or I like your videos, or I watch your content, like that's such a cool feeling. It makes me want to keep doing this and go out to major GTs so that way I can see people all over the country, if not the world. So we actually had a Team USA player at the very end at our last game, which I can't wait to talk about. Super fun game. So we're going to go over each and every game. We're going to take pictures, or we took pictures. We're going to go over each picture, tactics, what I did good, what I could have done better, what the opponent did good, what he could have done better, and kind of what we learned from it. Also, there's one special video that we're going to go over. It was against our Eldar player, which you guys, if you guys are in the Discord, you guys heard all about it. If you guys are at Nova, you've heard all about it. So we're going to be covering that as well. Real quick, just before we get into the video, we still have all of this. Wrong thing. So we still have all of these things up for sale. We sold a bunch of these at Nova. It's all of the stickers provided custom through one of our artists on Fiverr. We also have we have a Calidus Assassin as well as a Codiez and 2 colored dice left. So we have the silver dice and the green dice. They're dirtbag dice. They are basically limited edition now, just because they're almost sold out. But any of the stickers are $3, dice are $1 each, and the Calidus and Codiez are $15 each. So if you guys are interested, hit me up on Discord. We send them out all over the world, and also the terrain objectives, you get to pick any one of these stickers with the dirtbag logo underneath and any color you guys want. That's over on the link below. So like I said, we're gonna get into the video. Leave the comments below what you liked, what you didn't like, and also what you want to see more of. Go join the Discord, and if you guys are Patreon, you guys get to see all these videos free first on patreon.com. $1 a month get you access. $5 a month if you want to go ham and support us a little bit more over at Dirtbags. $10 if you want to get in the competitive scene, and $25 if you want to be a grandmaster and have us play lists you guys want to see on the tabletop, or get any TTS games with us as well. So let's get in the video, and again, 1 through 8, we'll name it once we come back. Game 5. So game 5 going into Tau. So we had 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so game 5 was a fun one. This was going into, because our last one was Chaos. So Tau, super awesome opponent. First time we met, he actually knows a bunch of people from our area. Parsons, I think Parsons was like, yo, the guy you played the other day, this guy complete opposite, and he was 100% correct. So he was brave enough to bring Tau, not the best in the meta right now, to Nova, which I felt the same way because we brought Grey Knights to Nova. So I was like, yo, bro, let's just have some fun and play our shitty armies. So this was his list. He brought a bunch of the suits with the commanders in each squad. He had this big dude, which I've never seen before. 2 of these piranha thingies that I've never seen before. So 4 units. The hologram looking dude. 2 of the, I think they're actual pariahs. And then the character chick. And the stealth suits. And then one of these jump troop dudes. So first time I played Tau this edition. Just heard a lot of bad stuff about them, but these guys explode. So anytime they overcharge, they just deal 3 damage to themselves and just usually kill themselves. So when you look at bring it down targets, that's every model is a bring it down target, and then everything up here is more wounds, you get more points. So it's like anytime you're playing Tau, you could go stationary objectives and just take bring it down and then one other one that you're good at. Because most of the time you're just going to max bring it down. He'll probably kill enough for you to get those points. So this was the mission setup. We played this setup, Chilling Rain, and something priority, that one. So pretty standard setup. We had diagonal deployment. This was his setup. This was my setup. So we had our assassin with interceptors up there. We had our paladins back here, our purifiers behind this wall, and then our strikes out front, because if our strikes have scout, they can either scout up to the front or scout out behind the cover. So for this one, we scouted front just so that way we could try and make this charge on this guy who had a pregame move or pre-deploy front. So he's like toughness 8 or something crazy. So we just wanted to kind of get into combat and just do shit to him, I guess, at turn 1. And then we had turn 1, so we moved everything forward right here. So our purifiers hopped out front. I think they did cleanse. These guys did cleanse over here, the interceptors. So they hopped up, and I put one on the objective, the other behind this wall, and did cleanse. We did cleanse on the center, so we got cleanse on both. And then the strikes moved up and charged this guy and took him down to 8 wounds. So I think we rolled pretty good. We killed his 2 little bodyguard guys. So the 2 bodyguards died first, and then we took him down to 8 wounds. And then when he fell back, we had a choice because they were 2 obsec. So we can either spend 1 CP and put more than 2 guys onto this objective, which then we probably would have got shot, or we spend 1 CP to Mist of Deimos these guys behind the cover. So I realized that strikes are going to be way more important than the interceptors when it comes to like getting sticky objectives, holding primary, stuff like that. So we spent 1 CP Mist of Deimos behind this wall and kept 2 guys on the objective over here to hold this primary. So we held the primary, kept our strikes safe, and then these 10 purifiers are just sitting in the middle of nowhere, which was a mistake on my part going against Tau. He then deletes them and puts Crow by himself with no wounds on him. So that was the first mistake. He basically just shot everything he could with his big cannon dudes up top here, the ripped big gun guys. Fuck, I'm so bad with names. And then this guy kind of couldn't really see anything or shoot anything, so he just chilled there. And then our turn, we just fucking unloaded everything at him. I was like, I'm going to get Tal in combat as soon as possible. So our turn 2, this was a huge turn for us. We pick up our paladins. Drago and his squad comes in 9 inches away from this unit, the battlesuit unit, and this little token is his character chick with the melta guns. So it was a bit perfect bubble for our guys to basically be 9 inches away from everybody. So strikes moved up, shot, and basically try to keep this objective from this one guy. So basically moved up and just wanted to shoot and charge this guy. I moved him up here. So that way my idea was to tie these guys up by charging on the outside of the wall and then stringing out to tie this guy up here. So I want to keep 2 guys on the objective to keep the objective, and then go 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, and then be 1 inch away from the wall and tie these tanks up as well. So that was my intent. That's why I put my strikes out here. And then all my paladins were kind of here to line up and shoot these 3 guys over here. Interceptors hopped up, so I had a couple choices. I can either charge and tie up basically all 5 of these guys, or shoot and charge to take the backfield objective away back here. So he rapid ingressed at the top here. I had my assassin here. I had the other assassin here. Crow got picked up and brought back here for secondaries and tried to block out the backfield. These guys came in again from the previous game where you always want to make sure you keep your backfield safe. So many times we leave our home objective sticky, and then we leave it. So then they can just bring a unit back on a home field objective and just steal our hard work. So make sure that your squad's walking on. They walk in full 6 inches and spread out, so that way you have a big 9-inch bubble, so that way they can't get on your objective, and you're keeping your backfield safe. So measure out 9 inches. Crow had 9 inches. This assassin had 9 inches, and then this assassin had this. So we basically had all of this blocked out. But he was still able to get his guys at the top here. So they rapid ingress over here, got on the objective. These guys are still on the objective. Interceptors moved up. Our 10-man paladin brick with our Drago is now here, and then our strikes are over here. So what do we have to do? We have to charge and kill shit. So luckily, Drago makes his 6-inch charge onto the character. So charges in, consolidates onto the objective. It's like a 17-point OBSEC unit. So we charge into the character, consolidate on the objective, tie up these two dudes right here. And then our paladins, I was like, you know what? YOLO, we're having fun. Make a 9-inch charge. So we aren't base to base. So here's how the charges work in 10th edition. If you can't get base to base, you can move your guys basically any direction as long as you end the charge closer to what you're charging. So this guy over here was right there. So charging this way, you're kind of going on a diagonal. So basically you end closer, and then you can pile in. So these guys ended like here. So that way they can pile in 3 inches and be within 1 inch of the guy. So as long as you're 4 inches away from the model that you want to charge, you're good to go. So these guys are technically 3 inches like right here. And then they pile in 3 inches towards the closest enemy and then make their attacks. So we did a little flying V here with our paladins, and our terminators are charging their backfield here. So turn 2, we have his entire corner kind of just in combat, and against Tal, it obviously is not good. And then our strikes said, fuck the first idea. And then we charged the guy down here to try and take him down to as low as, I think we took him down to 2 wounds down here. And then up here, I think we shot here because we have precision. We did like 2 or 4 wounds to the character. And then these guys charged back here to try and make sure they didn't get primary on this point. So for his primary game, we held his backfield objective, we held the top objective, we had the center objective, and we had this bottom objective. So his turn 2, we kept him to a 0 on primary with basically everything in combat. So I was pretty safe with these guys because they still have sigil, and if you end within 9 inches, I can miss the Deimos away. So his next turn, he moves up to basically shoot and kind of neuter our Terminator squad. So now with Tal, you guys have to remember, you can only shoot in combat within engagement range. Second rank, base to base, that's only in melee, where you're eligible to attack being in base to base. That's only in melee. Shooting, you have to be in engagement range. So second rank fire is not in engagement range. So if you're going against Tau or any pistols or anything like that, the guys that are shooting in the combat have to be in engagement range, which is 1 inch or within 1 inch. So the guys that he had lined up, he was only able to basically get 2 guys into combat. But we looked at the rule, did all that stuff, so I let him kind of reconfigure his melee guys. So he was able to move this guy up, move that guy up. So instead of only getting 2 guys in shooting range, I was able to get him 4 guys in shooting range. Now, again, it's a friendly game. He basically got all of my guys in his deployment zone turn 2. So I was like, let's just have fun. So he shoots and kills the entire squad with 4 dudes. So that was fun. So he kills all my Terminators. I was going to sigil away, but the place that I would have sigiled would have been probably right here, which wouldn't have really benefited me at all, because then he still would have been able to shoot me with this guy and probably still get line of sight with this dude. So it wasn't really a good thing over here. So I kind of just took it to the face with the shots. And I don't think he killed anybody with the shooting. He did 2 wounds to this guy right here. So instead of proccing sigil and wasting sigil, I just took the shots to the face and kept this guy on 1 wound. And then over here, these guys blew up 3 of their own dudes. by killing the 2 assassins. So he put 2 guys in cover over here, 2 guys over here, and he just shot that assassin, shot that assassin. So he killed both assassins. I wasn't able to evac anything. So that was a mistake. I mean, he rapid ingress, so you can't really stop that. This guy hopped up here to try and go for secondaries. He killed my interceptors over here. And I think our backfield's pretty safe. This guy just murdered the rest of my strikes with shooting, and then combat. I think shooting just killed them alone, because vehicles can shoot in combat. And then his piranhas are moving up to do secondaries. So that was his turn 2. Our turn 3 is just murdered. So all the guns just completely nuked. And then he killed, I think, 2 of his guys from the hazardous tests. So then after that, I still had all my paladins kind of right next to his deployment zone. So they all just moved up, and then we shot and then charged everything in this corner. We finished off this guy in melee on his turn, and then they all moved up, and we shot and charged. He has the commander left, the little ethereal guy, and 2 of these little flying tanks, and the dudes back here. Then over here, we brought our interceptors. So interceptors misted, I guess, over here. So they misted Deimos up here to get into reserves. So they came down here outside 9 inches of these guys. They then shot and then moved 6 inches onto the objective. This guy was battle shocked, so it didn't count towards his primary. But then in his turn, he passed battle shock, so then it was able to count towards his primary, and then he held the point. So I took the gamble going in the bottom objective, so that he had to make a battle shock of a 7. So instead of me trying to get a 9-inch charge, I did the statistics of him making a 7+ roll, because if he fails it, I hold the bottom objective. If he passes it, he holds the bottom objective. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make him roll. If I don't make him roll and I fail the charge, he automatically gets it anyway. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get on the objective and force you to make a 7-inch battle shock test. So he passes it. He then holds the bottom objective. My exaction squad came on from the side and made their 9-inch charge to get 1 guy on the objective. So we had 1, 2, 3, which was more than this thing. And then he had his 0 OBSEC guy here. So then he made the test and had 6 OBSEC on this bottom flank. Up here, he still has his 2 guys alive, which they're pretty far from my objective. So I backed up my exaction squad, so that way they can't move up, advance, and then get the shots off, and then move 12 inches. That's something like fire and fade. So they move up and advance and then can still shoot, and then they spend CP to move full distance 12 again. So they can basically move super far, shoot, and then hop onto my home field objective. So I didn't want that to happen. So we measured out, and he couldn't get to my exaction squad down here, so we moved them as far possibly away as we could. And Crow is in the center just doing secondary shit because he lives on turn 1. And the rest of my army is in his deployment zone. So next turn, we sigiled. So he shot in my face. I didn't want that to happen again, so I just sigiled behind this wall. And then he was able to get shots off from this guy up here. So this guy shot into my back. These guys weren't able to shoot anything. This guy couldn't get line of sight because this little terrain piece right here. So we sigiled out of combat. He has no other line of sight guys besides this dude right here. So then he basically was done. I picked up, I missed of Deimos, this guy, just for secondary purposes. So when he moved up to try and shoot Crow, I basically missed of Deimos out of there because he was within 9 inches, and then I sigiled over here. So basically I kept all my surviving guys still alive, safe, to try again focus on primary and secondary points. So he doesn't have the center, I have the backfield still. And then he has this one, that one, and I'm about to steal the home objective. So capturing me outpost, capturing me outpost here, and overwhelming force. So it was perfect secondaries for what we're trying to do. So we had to capture the backfield and kill people on the backfield, or control objective that he controlled before, which is exactly what we did. So I think we threw a grenade with our exaction squad into the dude to finish him off. I think he had 1 wound left. Yeah, he had 1 wound left. So I just needed to roll 1 4+ on my grenade, which we did. And then we blew up this little tank with our exaction squads. So that was a cool moment in the game. And then our paladins obviously moved up, shot, charged, captured the enemy outpost, and overtook the objective. This guy's chilling over there. That guy's chilling over there. Exaction squads went behind the terrain piece, so that way if he does scooch up, he won't be able to get line of sight on the exaction squad to try and shoot and then hop back onto our objective. So what he does is he hops over, can't get line of sight onto these guys. Crow's still chilling down here. 2 exaction squads left from the piranha shooting at him. All the guys are dead over here. We then just kind of line up to shoot these guys to finish them off. So by the end of the game, we didn't have a lot left. I basically just had paladins. He has a couple jump shoot guys and a fast vehicle right there. We teleport assault. Pick our guys up, drop them back down on the top floor, so that way we can get line of sight onto the piranha that was on this objective, and line of sight onto those bug guys in the back. We shoot all of our side cannons in the piranha, and then we shoot all the bolters in the bug guys, and we kill both. So all he's got left is this guy in the center, which we're basically just trying to get secondary points for both of us right now. So he gets our backfield objective, he gets the guy in the center, and then he gets the top one. So I think he gets 15 for primary on the final turn, and this is the final score. So Tal finishes up with 0 on turn 1, 5, 5, 10, and then 15 at the end. Then for us, we get 10, 10, 5, and then 10, 10. So we wind up with 45 out of 50, and then he gets 10, 20, 35 out of 50. So 35 to 45, and then he gets a 9 turn 1 for Tal, 2, 0, 2, 0, 5, 0, and then 5, 0. So he finishes up with a 69, which is an auto win. And then we finish up with a 40. So we get 8 on turn 1, 10 on turn 2, 11. That was the bring it down, which was kind of super easy. And then on the last turn, we get 13, or sorry, fourth turn, we get 13 and then 10. So a lot of secondary points. We finish up with 95 against Tal. So I thought I had 100 on the primary, but we found out it was only 45. So 95 to 69, Grey Knight win against Tal. So super fun game. Awesome dude. We met up at the bar, shot the shit afterwards. And again, just bringing Tal to an event like this, just like us bringing Grey Knights, you just got to play what you like, honestly. Like if you like an army, and you like the lore and you like the looks, just like how I am with Grey Knights, just play it. Like if you are just playing the core of the game, you know the core rules, and you are just playing for secondaries, you're going to win surprisingly a lot of your games compared to just putting armies on the table and just tabling your opponent. Because most of the time in Grey Knight games, I realize we really don't kill a lot. We basically mainly go for the secondaries and shoot some little shit, and then we teleport away. That is the whole goal of Grey Knights. Now with the new updates, this is obviously, I'm making this video after knowing that the updates are insane. Everything got nerfed. The Towering, the Custodes, Gene Stealer, Call, and Eldar. We are at a better advantage because we still have really, 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 really good stratagems, and our points went down. Our killing power didn't go up at all. It's mainly we have more units to do secondaries with. So that's kind of what I said prior to the buff that we got, was if they give us lower points, it doesn't change anything with Grey Knights besides us doing more secondaries. You still have to play the game to the best of your ability by focusing on secondaries rather than just trying to kill your opponent. That's how the game style with Grey Knights changed from 9th edition to 10th edition. If you played Grey Knights in 9th edition, you killed a lot of shit. You were able to table your opponent. This edition, complete opposite. You just don't want to get tabled. That's the whole goal of Grey Knights, is to keep your big units safe and use your smaller units to do easy secondaries. Prime example, getting cleanse, controlling this be within 6 inches of the center, deploy teleport homers, engage in all fronts, doing the 9-inch corner secondary. Like all those secondaries could be done with really cheap units, either walking in from reserves, getting picked up with teleporter saw and drop back down, assassins, like those units going to be the ones doing most of your secondaries. The other big units like our Paladin Blob, our Purifier Blob, and maybe our Terminators with Drago, those are the ones that are going to be focusing on killing like a tank or killing a chunky unit over the next 2 or 3 turns. Like those are our bully units. The other small units are the ones that are mainly doing secondaries. So that's kind of the mindset that it took me a lot of practice and games with of 10th edition with Grey Knights to figure out that it's a different play style. Anytime me and Mike talk about the play styles, you have to figure out what your play style is based off the army that you play and what you like to do. So with me, my play style was just kill everything and be super fast, like just be super aggressive. You just can't do that with Grey Knights, and that's why we switched to Chaos Space Marines. So my play style is just rush forward and get to them as soon as possible. And with Grey Knights, you can do that, but then you just either die or you don't kill as much as they kill. So the play style with Grey Knights is you have to be more of like a push them and then run really far away, like Flash, right? You have to run up, kill really, their secondary units, because all of our units are secondary units. Kill their secondary units and then focus on stealing primary and getting secondary boards. That's really the gist of Grey Knights in 10th edition. So hopefully this helped you out. Again, all these tactical videos are up on Patreon first. So if you guys are Patreons, you guys already know that. You have first access to all these videos, and you guys will help support the channel. If you guys like the videos that I'm doing and you guys want suggestions, head over to Discord. But if you guys want to get in the competitive scene, we have a competitive dirtbag and a Grandmaster dirtbag where you guys get to message me one-on-one, and we go over list ideas, tactics, ideas, anything you guys want to see on the table. That's the Grandmaster dirtbag. But competitive dirtbags, if you guys want to get better at the game, I'm here to kind of teach you and coach you and answer any questions and make any list ideas that you guys want to run in the game on the tabletop to get you better at 40k. That's kind of the whole goal of this channel, is to get people better and grow the community and just have fun, beer and pretzels type game. So that's what the dirtbags do. And we like to drink beer and play 40k. So hit the like button, do all the YouTube stuff, hit the notification bell so these videos actually pop up for you guys, and head over to the Discord. There's over 600 people on that Discord. It's free. The Patreons do have their own little Patreon tab, which we get to kind of chat and go over specific Patreon stuff. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for clicking on the video, and the next video will be game 6, 7, 8. 8's gonna be fun. But game 6, 7, 8. So 7 will be Black Templar, and then 8 will be Chaos Knights. That game was super fun. So look out for those videos. They're popping up on the channel next. Appreciate you guys. Good luck, and we'll see you in another video soon.